Yes, we will present you the different projects we achieved in the last year and the new projects we are projecting to accomplish, then speak about our contribution to the different institutions and about the training activities, about the new members and the organization of EEEI. If you allow, I will start with the Find an Expert project, which we accomplished in the last 2 years. It began in 2017. Please switch to the next slide. So we started in 2017 and finished in December 2019 after a 4 months prolongation of this phase of this project. The project was to offer a centralized access to the existing expert list of the member states via the e-justice portal. And for each member state, there is also an explanation of how expertise works in this member state. What is the statutes of experts? What are responsibility rules, and especially the functioning of the court expertise in the state. This has been co-financed by the European Commission with a budget of about 250,000 euros. We took over 20% of this budget, and the information sheets and access to the lists of experts in the member states have been submitted in December 2019 and are now in the course of being translated by the European Commission and e-justice before they are published on the e-justice portal. We are now just dealing with some translating issues with them. We are hopeful that they will be published this year in the next weeks. And thanks to all people who have contributed to this big project, it was a good achievement. In 2019, we also tried to obtain new projects, which were first the EERE. It was supposed to be European Electronic Registers of Experts. We participated to this as a leader, and we obtained enough points to be to obtain the project, but for budgetary reasons, we could not be elected to a grant. So we started again. I will explain you how we did it. And we were also partner in a TBLE project for training for bailiffs, lawyers and experts, which was also not successful. But now we hope for 2020 that we will obtain a new project. And this is on the next slide, ERE. This one has been submitted now in the beginning of May. It is called ERE, Electronic Registers of Experts, and we submitted it together with EuroExpert, Association of National Associations of Experts. They are our financial and organizational partner on this project, and we also have 10 other non-financial partners. The project is willing to give 3 pillars of work. There are going to be different steps with, first of all, intellectual approach, I would say, which would be define common criteria, or what are the concepts of the use of experts at court and how their competence should be assessed. Then we will also try to make nomenclatures of disciplines converge in 6 pilot member states, which would be France, Luxembourg, Romania, Italy, and Poland, and I think I missed one. Then we will try, on the basis of existing IT tools, try to find the best solution to implement an IT search engine in order to answer requests to find an expert, which would be submitted to the e-justice portal. For this one, we will try to build up a demo search tool for such an IT tool. And then as a last step also, we will try to have a business plan on a sustainable operation of the possible European register of judicial experts. So this is the plan. We just submitted it and hope to receive the answer probably in autumn, probably October this year. This is a project with, I think we asked 340,000 euros with the co-financing of 90% by the European Commission. Of course, we will keep you informed about the result of this project. And I think we have one participant from EuroExpert today also, and I would like to thank EuroExpert for the help and support on this project.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pavel. Another project we submitted this year was Azerbaijan. You can stay on the same slide, please. And it is Azerbaijan tries to improve their system of justice and especially expertise. And they asked us to submit a project about how to assess the existing system and how to make proposals in order to enhance their system. We gave a proposal, I think it was already in the end of 2019, and are waiting for their answers. We also will be, if these projects receive a positive answer, we'll be partners to other projects, which are, first of all, a project which is submitted by Deloitte in Belgium about evaluation, impact assessment, and related policy support services in the justice and consumers policy areas. We would be a subcontracting partner of this project, especially for justice aspects, of course. And there is also a project from the Italian Ministry of Justice about cooperation in civil and criminal justice. It's called e-forensics. This project is supporting the idea of fighting cyber criminality and giving cross-border access to electronic evidence. So for this also, we wait for an answer from the European Commission. So there will be possibly different projects, and of course we hope to be successful with at least one of them. Maybe we can switch then to the other roles and achievements.
Okay. Next part of the work of the EEEI. Let me remind to all of you, a large number of you are already participating into all these projects and work groups, but for those who do not participate yet, the rule is very simple. If you want to volunteer for a project, you are most welcome to do so. The only thing we can promise you is that the job is fully volunteer and benevolent, but the rewards can be very big in that sense that we are really listened to, and that is important. So we are observers at the CEPEJ, which is the abbreviation of European Commission of the Efficiency of Justice. Europe has different components, and CEPEJ is not uniquely European. Actually, CEPEJ is a union of 47 countries, mainly in geographical Europe, but also with some countries in Asia or in Africa. The Institute is actively represented in various work groups of the CEPEJ, like for instance, work group on quality and evaluation. During our works, we noted things that seem straightforward, but which are not, like for instance, the importance of definitions. It looks like something very simple, something like everyone should agree upon, but it is not the case. And so when we are talking about statistics, for instance, to have reliable statistics, the entry point is to have definitions on what data are monitored. So really we are struggling to get definitions true, and we have a small but very committed team which is actively working on the item of definitions. By the way, all the reports of the CEPEJ are public, so you can easily access to the reports of the CEPEJ directly through their website or through the EEEI website. We have very recently created a work group on artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a topic that very quickly comes into the landscape of justice and judicial experts. CEPEJ has been one of the first institutions to define ethics principles applicable to artificial intelligence. They have created an ad hoc committee on artificial intelligence, and luckily we are involved in into that topic. We also are involved in the project Cyber Just. So really we are a think tank, and we need to be listened to in these institutions. Second, institutions to which we have contributed a lot, amongst other through the Find an Expert project, is the Council of the European Union, and especially through the program e-Justice. We are involved with them not only symbolically, but also financially. E-Justice is composed out of all the countries of the European Union, and we have already had 3 projects co-financed by e-Justice. So Béatrice just explained the project Find an Expert. We are regularly invited at e-Justice. That means that really we have an active voice at e-Justice, at the meetings of e-Justice. Not only are all 28 countries represented, but also the European Commission. And although the European Commission doesn't have a say in the functioning of on justice on a national level, the European Commission still sets some rules and monitors some rules like the principle of subsidiarity of Europe, for instance, or other issues like competition. So we have regularly contacts with members of e-justice as well as with the CEPEJ, and this is a key part of the activity of the Institute. I will now leave the floor to Benoit, who besides his function with the next slide, please. Benoit, besides his function as a Secretary General, is also instrumental for all the training activities of the Institute. Benoit, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will present you the activity we have shown you in the General Assembly of 2019 and what were our achievements for this year. Our training activity is mostly in France for the moment, and we have three major partners, one being the National Council of Bars, for which we discuss with the Training Commission, and the Training Commission has asked us to conceive e-learning modules. We have delivered 2 modules of e-learning on specialized subjects like GDPR and the new rule about data protection in Europe, and another one about cyber security and cyber criminality. These 2 modules have been played 3 times by CNB and have already gathered over 500 auditors. A third module about the practice of judicial expertise was planned, but due to the sanitary context and the economic context for the moment, this module was postponed until end 2020. Our second partner is the Paris Bar School. The Paris Bar School, we have been starting a partnership on initial training and also about delivering a practical guide about judicial expertise. We have not succeeded in the partnership for initial training, but the practical guide is well going underway and should be delivered during 2020. Our third partner is National School of the Judiciary, and we had our goal was to enlarge our contacts and to participate into international projects with the ENM. We have been solicited by them for an offer to the Abu Dhabi judiciary, but the project was postponed and we still have to work on this during 2020. For the other countries, we have initiated opportunities in Netherlands and in Italy, but this has still to be confirmed during 2020. And we have also started to enlarge the website pages about training. We have also received the agreement of CNB to present our achievements to the CCBE in Brussels. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Benoit.
Thank you very much.
Béatrice, next, I think next is for you.
Yes. Just to say some words about our institutional members, the already existing ones, which are 61 of them from 10 different countries. And in 2019, we received 3 new candidates and accepted them, all from France. It is the Association of Training for Judicial Experts, The president is Mr. Roch Menes, who is already in our COMEX. Maybe Mr. Menes, you can just raise your hand so we can see you. And would you like to say in 30 seconds who this association is? Ah, il faudrait ouvrir le micro de Monsieur Menes. Merci.
Our association works on 3 courts of appeal, Orleans, Bourges, and Rion. There are 3 small companies, but working together, we are now large enough to get good participants and a good training system. We are working since 1997, and we work in basic training and complementary training and permanent training for experts in every kind of disciplines.
Thank you very much, Mr. Menes, and welcome to the EEEI for your association again. We have also the company of experts at the Court of Appeal of Reims, where Mr. Sopik is the president, and I think Mr. Sopik is also here. Mr. Sopik, would you like to say some words in less than a minute? I don't see the participants.
Bonjour messieurs, dames. Écoutez, j'ai pas bien suivi les cours d'anglais à l'école, donc je ne pourrais que parler français, vous m'en excuserez. Quoi vous dire? Écoutez, je suis ravi d'avoir intégré l'Institut, et puis je suis très curieux des projets qui vont naître et puis ceux qui se réalisent. Voilà. Que vous dire d'autre?
Bienvenue, c'est parfait. Thank you very much. And we have also an association of psychologists, experts of Marseille, but I think Mr. Cédric Meillac, the president, is not here today. We welcome them also. And of course, I would support that we gain additional members also from other member states. And you are all welcome to contact any potential institutional members from your countries. We also have new individual members. Next slide, please. And what I would maybe just suggest is that I name you, and you can just maybe, if you like, raise your hand if people can see you. We have Jean-Jacques Arnoux from France, Igor Are from Slovenia. We have Yves Beckman from Belgium, Arnaud Cueil from France, Eric Diana from Belgium. There is Pierre Jiménez from France, Matthias Lauer from Germany, Maud Lepez from France, Marc Michel from France also, and Guillaume Philippon, and Benoît Pichery, both also from France. Andrew Pike from the Netherlands, Jean-Marc Place from France, Thierry Pontou, Laura Popa, and Manjit Sakli, both all 3 also from France. So welcome to all of you. And I'm sure we will have a good cooperation together. And please don't hesitate to become active members and participate actively to the works. So some words also about organization, maybe from Etienne.
Yes, thank you, Béatrice. So a quick reminder of the organization of the Institute. The daily management of the Institute is ensured by a small team, the steering committee. In the steering committee, there are at the moment 2 co-presidents, Béatrice Deshayes and myself. We are replacing Jean-Raymond Lemaire, who we didn't see today, who is very discreet today, which is not his habit. But 3 years ago, when we started the job as co-presidents, we decided to do it together just because we thought and we discovered it was true that it needed at least 2 people to replace Jean-Raymond. Jean-Raymond has always been very active. He's still regularly with us. We have then in our team Nico Keizer, an expert in the Netherlands, Jacques Melin, who is our treasurer, Sasha Dahlen, who many of you saw last week. She's our Secretary General, and she organized last year the general meeting in The Hague together with Nico. Robert Ronquet is our Vice President. Philippe Jacquemin, who you will perhaps hear in a few moments, is our Deputy Treasurer, and you have all heard about our Deputy Secretary General, Benoît de Clercq, who already contributed to the meeting of today. In the next slide, you see the presentation of the members of the COMEX. I will not be presenting them all today, and I have to apologize for them. You will find them on the website of the Institute. We have currently COMEX, of which, of course, the members of the STEERCO are also members. We try to be gender equal, which is not a success until now, because until now too few women are candidating to become members of the COMEX. Still, we have some which I want to greet today. Christian Lenz, who was the instrumental person for the project Find an Expert. Christian is a German lawyer. We have Julie Lodomez, Belgian lawyer. And then we have another lawyer, Florence Roche-Lemagne. We have our communication specialist, Martine Otter, who is who everyone of you certainly know, perhaps not in person, but certainly through all the communication of the Institute. And we have Angela Scala, who is our Italian representative, who worked a lot to make sure the general meeting of today would have been a success. Unfortunately, we could not do it today in Napoli, but we are confident that Angela will organize us a perfect meeting next year. Let's go on with the organization, with perhaps a few words about the various committees. Martine Otter is responsible of communication. So if you feel that you could assist Martine and her small team of communication, please feel free to contact Martine. I forgot someone who is not formally a member of our committees, but one of the key persons of the Institute is the person everyone knows, because it happens that some of you do not know the co-presidents, but there is certainly one person that everybody knows or should know, and that is Nathalie Sion. So if you have any question, anytime, Nathalie is there to assist you. She quickly answers to any communication by email or by phone. So if you want to be connected with Martine, you can do it directly through the website, but also through Nathalie. Nico Keizer is a Dutch computer specialist, and he assists us with the enlargement and the financial aspects of the enlargement. On the slide, it is mentioned that Nico is involved in finances. That is not completely exact because, of course, that is the task of our treasurer. But Nico is there for the enlargement. We have then Benoît de Klerk, who made a presentation about the training activities. Robert Ranquet, quite silent today, but still he is our key public relation person. Public relation for the Institute is really something important. He is an ambassador to the Institute, to the e-justice group, and also to the CEPEJ. So really public relation is something else in our understanding than just participating to cocktails. Robert is really active in being an ambassador for the Institute. Robert, again, together with Eric Paris, are the two animators of our group, Artificial Intelligence. Now, about artificial intelligence, I've already been speaking about the CEPEJ. There is also a LinkedIn group about artificial intelligence. So feel free to join this group, even if you are not a specialist in artificial intelligence. And then last point about artificial intelligence. We probably still will sometime, from time to time, meet via video conference. By the way, it is already a technique that is regularly used by the COMEX and the SteerCo, obviously not only for COVID reasons, but also for efficiency reasons. But then we plan to have physical meetings, and the first meeting we will have next in a couple of months will be in Belgium, close to Brussels, in Malines, on the 23rd and 24th of October, and it will be a colloquium about artificial intelligence and expertise and the expert. So this is really a place where everyone should go just to familiarize ourselves with artificial intelligence, which is already present in our lives, and probably more present that we should know in our lives as lawyers, judges, and experts.
Thank you, Etienne. We will switch shortly to the different committees which are working within EEEI. I will do it quickly because we are already late. We have an admission committee in order to discuss about the new members or new candidates. This is done by the SteerCo in the current stage. We have an orientation committee where the members are all institutional members, and they discuss about strategic orientations of the EEEI. Alain Nuet is the president, and he will report shortly about the last session of this committee, which was yesterday. And we have a scientific committee with Mr. Professor Gilke Niberti as a president, which accompanies the works of EEEI and has a new role this year with the attribution of the EEEI award. We will speak about this later. And thank you again, Nathalie, for your excellent and daily work for EEEI. Nathalie Sillon is the secretary of EEEI. You all know her. And a big, big thank to you, Nathalie, for your work here.